Hey YouTube, I wanted to touch base on this Predator engine that I picked up, this Honda clone from Harbor Freight, and I had a few questions about quality and longevity and stuff like that. And basically, there's a lot of reviews or a lot of different thoughts on these engines as far as how good they are. And even though this really isn't a review, it was just kind of me unboxing it and putting it on there, I did mention a couple things that I liked about it. And here's the thing about reviews. Um, I, I can take a new engine, regardless of who makes it, and destroy it by mounting it wrong or not paying too close attention to the oil level or even for the oil type that I'm putting into it, or running gas through it that you know Briggs actually considers oil. I'm sorry, Briggs actually considers gas that's 30 days old to be too old a fuel to put through a system. Or even if the gas has like a high content of E85, which is really horrible on these small engines. Or even if I just keep it in a bad state of tune, there's a chance that the engine's not going to last, regardless of who makes it. Honda, Briggs, Kohler, Kawasaki. It doesn't make a difference. I've had brand new Hondas that are comparable to this engine here. That the engine was like $400, $450, and I've had cam belt problems and carb issues just after a few months on engines throughout the years. So is it really fair to say that the Hondas are a crappy engine because of that? No, it's just a manufacturing problem. And although these Chinese engines, what somebody had referred to on here as a Chanda, might have more problems than some of these other name brands such as Briggs and Kohler and Honda, like I said before. It just doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad engine. You know, most people that buy Harbor Freight engines can't necessarily afford a Honda or Briggs, so they have to go that cheap route. And most people, I find, will protect and maintain an engine that costs $450 much more than an engine that costs $100, like one of these Harbor Freight engines. I mean, it's the same same is true with somebody that buys a Mercedes Benz. Although the car is engineered and supposed to be a better vehicle than a GM base or a Ford based vehicle, because of the money that they have invested in the car, they're going to follow the recommended guidelines of service to be maintained on it because they have such a huge investment. Well, it's the same with these smaller engines to some extent. It's just the fact that you have more invested in that higher dollar engine, so you're going to pay more attention to it. You may not leave it outside. You may want to keep it, indoors whenever it rains. With one of these cheaper engines, you may say, the kids were out running the go-kart around the yard, and they forgot. I see it sitting out there, and yeah, it's raining, but you know what? It shouldn't hurt anything. Well, if you've got an engine on there that you paid $400 for, you're going to be screaming at the kids, "Hey, go get that thing out of the rain before you ruin that engine." Even the higher end engines, whenever there's a repair that needs to be done on them, people have a tendency not to even mention it because they paid $400 for the engine. What's a $50 repair? It's just a portion of what the engine cost. Versus if you have a $100 engine and you have to make, let's say, a coil repair, the first thing you're going to say is, "Wow, $45! It's going to cost me $45 to repair this $100 engine. This thing, this is junk. That's half the price of this engine." So it comes to mind that then that engine is more costly or a bigger piece of junk than it really should be. I mean, I can't imagine not making a repair on any engine, regardless of who makes it. And I'll tell you, I'm going on a little bit long here, but I've been working on engines for about 33 years. I started when I had a moped, and from that point on, I've worked on them. And I've had a lot of customers that come in, and I work on a lot of their units. And what I've found is people like things for all different reasons. Ford versus Chevy, diesel versus gas, Briggs versus Honda. I mean, even, white chocolate versus dark chocolate. I mean, you get the point. So my thought is, why not try the cheaper alternative? Buy the Predator engine. It's only $100. Spend the extra $20 on the extended warranty, which you can if you don't like that extended warranty, if you don't use it within 30 days, you can go ahead and get your money back. You can go back to Harbor Freight and tell them, I want to return this extended warranty, and they'll give you back your money. If not, if you want to use the extended warranty, I mean, you have a problem with the engine, you just bring it back and they give you another engine. So, I mean, that's really the biggest plus that I saw. However, if you spend, $350, $400, $450 on an engine, and the best case scenario that you don't have any you don't have any issues with the engine whatsoever, the higher end engine that you buy, you're going to tell yourself, wow, I'm really glad I bought this engine. Hey, this is super. And you might be just content with that. But there's a lot of you, if you're like me, you might start thinking to yourself, did I really need to go with that expensive engine? Would that cheaper one have done me just fine? That point, I would have doubts in my head. So I would probably try the cheaper route myself. As far as, is it better than a Honda or Briggs? I don't see one way or the other. I believe that the quality of the Honda and Briggs is better overall. However, at what point do I want to pay that 2 to 3 times as much on the same comparable engine? Is the quality twice as good? Maybe. Is it 3 times as good? I doubt it. And the thing is like I said, especially like on a go-kart here, would you really need to buy something that's $450 on a $150 frame to, for the kids just to ride a short period of time? Or maybe they'll run the crap out of it. Regardless, it's just one of those choices that you have to make based on your own personal situation. I personally don't mind working on these. And there's another good point. If you have a problem with one of these engines, maybe it's not such a bad thing, because like I said, I started working on my moped whenever I was 12, 13 years old, and a couple mini bikes prior to that, and a friend's go-kart prior to that. But the thing is, with that, I learned how to repair these, and it was a good experience for me. So you may want to introduce that side of the business to your children. Maybe they might have a high capacity for making repairs, and it might be a good idea for them to know how to fix things, and this would get them on their way. So it may not be all bad if you buy an engine, regardless of what it is, and you have to make some repairs on it. So I'll close it out and basically let you make the decision. Either way, it's up to you and how much fun you possibly could have for your money. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.